Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Rye, and in today's video I'm back in the YueYang here in World of Warships. As the battle gets underway, it's Tierra del Fuego. It's domination match mode, and it is obviously a tier 10 maximum battle. Take a look at the team's lineup. Right there at the top there you can see that this is also not a destroyer heavy game, which is good and bad for me in the YueYang. The YueYang particularly good at hunting down enemy destroyers with its high rate of fire and reasonable health pool, but not so good at torpedoing them with its deep water torpedoes. However, what it is good at torpedoing with those deep water torpedoes are cruisers and battleships, and there are a lot of them, especially battleships. Now, as the battle gets underway here, I've spawned closest to the A cap point, so the A cap point is where I'm headed up to. Haven't activated my speed boost yet. There are radar cruisers in the game, and I do need to be cautious of them. So I'm going to reserve that speed boost until such a time that I may need it. Now, as I push up into the A cap point, you'll notice enemy Hindenburg has popped up. This is a very, very dangerous cruiser for me. It's got a high rate of fire, very good hydroacoustic that just seems to be able to extend its range out ungodly distances. As I push in here, I start capping the A cap point, but pay attention to that capture bar progress. Now, I've noticed that this Hindenburg is kind of in a bad situation. He can't really do much as far as turning out and away or in, because either way, he's got a plethora of enemy ships. And he can't turn the other way because he's got an island. Now, as he continues to sail there, look at this. He's basically sailing in a nice straight line. He's trying desperately to keep an angle. And again, it's not like he can turn broadside because he has an island in the way. So these torpedoes going out there will hopefully land nicely on him. Enemy gearing pops up there. Pop my smoke screen there because he has popped up. It's a gearing. I don't want to deal with a gearing. And now I'm being detected. Now, initially I didn't see him because I'm in a smoke screen, and he only popped up briefly there, but there is the enemy Baltimore back there. So pop the speed boost and start running away. Enemy Hindenburg managed to hit him with 3 torpedoes, 3 floodings, and not enough to kill him outright. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I was robbed of my first blood there, but hey, you know what? That's all right. Very, very dangerous cruiser is dead and gone. Now, I'm in a bad situation because I'm still being detected by that damn Baltimore's radar, so I have to motor on out of there. Now, you'll notice that I basically just sailed in a nice, straight, fast line and opened up the distance with that Baltimore. And now I'm well outside of his radar detection range. Then again, that radar is only going to last a limited amount of time. However, given that the Baltimore was back there, and that there was a gearing, and as we can see, a Kurfürst pushing in as well, that I would have been well within secondary range of, wisest decision is to motor on out of there. Don't stick around in a cap point if you're at risk of being detected, or the enemy has a lot of support there, because you're just going to find yourself as a dead destroyer, when in reality, you need to stick around in the game as long as possible to provide the best possible outcome for your team. Now, I've got torpedoes off and away at that Kurfürst. Hopefully, I'll be able to hit him there. He's also got the same problem that Hindenburg had, and that he has an island in the way. So he's not fully able to straighten out and present broadside and get going. He's basically limited to the position. Enemy gearing pops up there briefly there. Shortly detected there, but look at this. He's firing. He's opened up, so he's well detected. And now this is where this gearing makes a fatal error. He's shooting at our friendly Atago, pouring on the fire, trying to kill him. But because he's shooting him, because the Atago is detecting him, and because I'm within range and detecting him, basically I can shoot at him with impunity. And that's exactly what I'm doing. This gearing has just basically let me farm damage and finish him off. So there's my first kill, and a very, very dangerous destroyer is gone and away. Now, I did hit that Kurfürst with a torpedo. I did cause flooding there, but it looks like he's put that flooding out. So now I'm trying and praying to the gods of RNGesus here that I can set fires on this Kurfürst, because if I'm correct, he will burn nicely. I also have to bear in mind that there is an enemy North Carolina back behind that island as well, and there's still that Baltimore to contend with. And the Baltimore's radar may very well be on its way to cooldown, if not cooled down already, and I am technically inside of his radar detection range. Now, replay bug still in effect here. I'm actually looking at this North Carolina, seeing what it's doing, but this guy, man, he is using that island very well. He's probably aware, because he's likely been paying attention, that there is at the very least a destroyer back over here. So he's not letting himself come around that island blindly. So he's turning, he's keeping that island between me and him. Kind of annoying. But you know what that Kurfürst isn't doing? That Kurfürst is continuing to sail on a straight line. He's not using this island as convenient cover. So I fire off a set of torpedoes. Now I fire off only one set of torpedoes, because I'm basically waiting to see if that Kurfürst is going to slam on his brakes as he nudges around the island, or if he's going to turn away. Plus, I don't need a full set of torpedoes, all 10 of them, to kill this guy, as the damage on these torpedoes is pretty good, and he's only got about 40,000 health left. So if I hit him with 3, I should be able to kill him outright. Of course, if our Montana hits him and causes a significant amount of damage, I don't even need 3, I only need 2 to finish him off. So there's my second kill in this game. And with that Kurfürst dead, dangerous enemy battleship, my team now can finally start pushing up to the A cap point. If you look at the situation, my team has secured the B cap point. We have the C cap point, though the enemy team back over at C is starting to take advantage and control of the situation over there. The team at A, however, has been effectively completely annihilated by what is 2 battleships, a destroyer, and a cruiser. Of course, I think they had about the same advantage, except they had 1 extra cruiser, and they were just not able to press that advantage home here in this situation. So, looking at the situation, my team is currently up on points. We have more kills, just barely though, 6-4, and the team over at C isn't going to be able to hold on if they continue sticking around there. So, what I've said in chat is I'm going to capture the A cap point. We're going to prevent the enemy team from gaining these points, and then I'm going to head over to the C cap point where the remaining enemy ships are located and see if I can get some more damage done and possibly get some defense ribbons, among other things. The nice thing about being a nice fast destroyer like this, it can very quickly relocate across the map in this case. The enemy team has started capturing the C cap point, and they still do have a destroyer left in play. It's also a fairly sneaky torpedo boat destroyer, which could cause some problems. It's actually sneakier than me. I don't have a lot of health left here, and while I'm not full health, I am over half health, and I should be able to deal with him outright if I run into him by himself, but there's still at least 1 cruiser, and there are still a couple of battleships in play, including the Missouri with its radar. So I do need to be careful as I push up towards the C cap point that I don't end up in a situation where that Missouri is able to radar me and let everybody start laying into me. So I'm pushing up here, and I'm trying to decide which direction I want to take. Do I want to go wide around that island and come in from behind? Or do I want to push in dead center? And looking at what's been detected here, you see there's the Missouri, there's the enemy cruiser, the Ibuki, there's also another German battleship back over, and the Yamato as well. And looking at where they seem to be heading on the minimap, I'm thinking the best course of action for me is to actually push up right down that central channel and lay in with some heavy torpedoes, because that's where the enemies are going to focus. They're going to try and keep the islands between them and both of my team's flanking fire, which puts them dead center for me. Now, I'm firing off these torpedoes at the Missouri, but this Missouri, as he comes around this island here, is going to start slowing down and is going to start turning. So these torpedoes are sadly all going to miss. And because I've realized that situation here, I've decided to pop a smoke screen. I'm going to go ahead and open up with him. Now, this is a little bit of a gutsy move here because, again, it's a Missouri. I'm well within his radar range, and I'm kind of just hoping that he doesn't have his radar up. But because he is effectively isolated at the moment, the only ship who can shoot at me with my amount of health, I'm pretty confident if he does decide to radar me, I should be in a reasonable situation where I can motor on out of that danger zone and dodge most of his shots. Missouri gets taken out by our friendly destroyer, our Yugamo. finishes him off with Torpedoes. Well, that's going to be unfortunate for that Missouri, and with him dead, there's now no longer any radar threat. Still have to deal with Hydro. The Kurfürst has Hydro. The Ibuki likely has Hydro. There is still an enemy destroyer somewhere around here. But look at this situation. Our friendly Neptune is being chased by the Ibuki. He's also being chased by their destroyer, as we will see. An enemy smokescreen will pop up when we glance back over there here shortly. My torpedoes are almost off cooldown here, and this Kurfürst is looking like a nice juicy target. There's a smokescreen. There's torpedoes coming in. I'm pretty sure those are not from the Ibuki, those torpedoes. And I'm not sure if that smokescreen was set by our Neptune, but either way, it looks like the enemy destroyer is back over there. So that Neptune absolutely does have a significant fight on his hands if he's not careful, because he's got to deal with the high explosive from that Ibuki. Now, this Kurfürst has managed to beach himself out in the open. My smoke screen's back up here. I'm going to go ahead and lay into him. He doesn't have a lot of health left. He's being shot at by multiple people here. I actually thought his guns were pointed at me. Thought he was going to shoot at me. Fortunately, not the case there. Do decide I'm going to release a set of torpedoes. You never know. He might recover some health, but look how much fire he's taking, not just from me, but from everybody else, and those shots land and secure my third kill. At this point, too, our Neptune has managed to take out the Ibuki. So now there's just the enemy Yugamo and the enemy Yamato left. And there's not a lot of time left in this battle based on how many points we have, so we're going to win by capping out. And that is victory for us. 106,000 damage done in that game. Only 3 kills there, 6 torpedo hits, very nicely done. 2 fires set, and 1 base assist capture. Not a full capture for me, a little bit disappointed by that. But still, top of the team for XP earn, 1,800 base. No 200, no 2,000 base XPs this time around. But look at the enemy team, nobody even managed to hit 1,000 base XP on their team. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel, you're welcome to send it to my email. If you'd like to help support me and the channel, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. And if you'd like to watch me play various games live, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.